Yeah, good evening. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Tuesday, the 11th of June 2019. This is just a video to show you, I'll give you a bit of an update on what's happening around JAGfx. And we'll look at all the high probability setups and trades. It's been a while since I've done a video. We've had a lot of new members join the group since then. So this will give you an idea how I look at the charts, what I'm thinking, and where to find stuff, etc. So just for those, welcome to the new members. It's appreciated, and also the people hanging around. So as you know, we've got a Facebook group, JAGfx, Forex Trading Made Easy. Here you can find everything I post every day, and also any questions anyone asks, etc. Now, if you come over to the left here, depending on what sort of device you're looking at, you'll find a files folder here. If you click on that, it'll take you into a heap of other resources. You can go through all this if you want. You can just tell by the titles. There's FAQs, which are pretty important. Covers a lot of things. Custom indicators, link to videos. That's the basket trading. I'll show you what that is in a minute. YouTube videos, book images, Telegram links, scripts. You can read all this, my multiple trade spreadsheet, my trade results, JAGfx trade results. That's what I refer to when I say I've updated the spreadsheets every day in here. And the trade screenshot. So everything I post is all kept in a shared documents. If you're a Mac user, and EA test results, back testing in that. So it's all in the files folder there. And if you are a new member, then it's just a matter of, probably suggest the first thing you do is read this top post by Christina Simone. She explains where everything can be found there. And the Telegram, we go to the Telegram. I've got the main discussion where I post basically what I just post on Facebook every day. So there's all the trades from this morning and the spiel that goes with them. So no one else can post in that part, but you can post in the JAGfx discussion. I'm happy to answer questions, and people have a bit of a chat in there. It's a little bit different to Facebook. I understand why some people don't like Facebook. Happy to do both. Just a matter of me copying, pasting, and monitoring. All right, I mentioned basket trading. In that files folder, you'll find a link to it, which will take you to a FX Blue account. It's a very small live account. I think I started with $250. It was one of my son's accounts. He wasn't using it, so I just took over it to play with. And it's up to 360 equity. And the balance, this is just FX Blue. It's a third party. So you can go through here and you can see all the results for this account. It's always in drawdown because that's a type of, it's always got a floating loss. No big deal. It's been going for about 341 days, and it's racked up 36,725.5 pips. So that's just that. So if you're interested in that sort of trading, there's a file, shared file in that files folder in the Facebook group. Now let's have a look at the charts. All we'll look at is the daily high probability charts. So this is my profile here. This is actually a MT5 account. You can see I've got all my pairs on the one profile, and I'll just show you if I go to file, profiles, 8-hour chart testing, daily charts of interest, daily HP chart. So this is this profile you're looking at here. So that's just them. I lay them out like this, so I can just a quick glance, I can tell how many trades I've got open. Anyone, it's extended like these. This one here, the Aussie Japanese yen, that's an open trade. If they're indented like that, there's no open trade on them. So I've got quite a few trades, as you can tell, and we'll go through them all pairs, because I'm here to give you an idea how to look at things and how I trade. I've always got notes. They might be a bit messy because on MT5, for some unknown reason, when the chart moves, the writing does not maintain position like it does in MT4. Even I've tried both of the text writers in MT5. It's a real pain in the butt. But anyway, I digress. So anytime you see red lines like horizontal, that's normally a sell entry. Red vertical is the sell candle I've looked at. So it's on the intersection. It's normally on the open of the following candle or close to it. So there's a sell there, the Aussie yen. Blue line's buy, so there's the buy there. If I draw a grey line, it's just giving me a heads up that something's happening. In this case, there's a red dot above the 0 level on the MACD Platinum. So you can see my notes. I have the pair and a chronological order of what I've done, basically running down the page here. So you can see my sell there. Nil stop as yet. MA's all very tight. When I took the sell, 25th April closed half, stop set. So you can follow it. 10th of May stop change. Now on a partial hedge here as a buy. So there's my buy there. You can see that I draw trend lines. Normally aqua line is normally a straight line representing an area of support or resistance, or a double top, double bottom, that sort of thing. Red trend lines indicate bearish. Green trend lines indicate bullish. So as you can see, we took a sell here. I've closed half. Now we've got this buy signal here. It was a high risk trade because you can read it in there. Trend is down, so the trend's down. Trading into those MAs. So I left half my sell on there just to give me a bit of a hedge. I appreciate not everyone can do that, but there's my sell stop. Took the buy. It's sort of gone against me. I'm not using the stop. I'll trade my way out of this, and it's just gone sideways since I took this buy. And as you can see, basically price has gone down here, and on the MACD it's gone up. So there's definitely divergence still forming there. So I expect this to push up higher eventually. But at the moment, now we've got a red dot. It may just roll over a little bit and go back up. Who knows? But that's the Aussie yen in a sell, in good profit, and a buy, just a bit of a loss, but overall that'd be profitable. Euro CAD, nothing doing, going sideways. And you can see the blue aqua lines there I've drawn. This thing's just a dog at the moment, isn't it? If you're wondering what these orange and blue little trend lines are, it's the JAGfx RD. All it is, I use these, a setting RSI of 4. It's just an overbought, oversold for RSI using that indicator setting of 4. It just saves me putting an RSI on the chart, taking up valuable real estate because I'm only on a small laptop monitor. So I just use this to give me a visual. I use them for filters, give me heads up when to get out, and only take it if I've got, I only take a trade if that's in my favour. So I didn't take this sell here if it was a valid sell signal, which technically it is. I didn't take it because straight away there was opposite JAGfx RD on that candle, so I didn't take it. Yeah, so that's Euro CAD, nothing doing there. And that JAGfx RD is available in the files folder of the JAGfx Facebook group, like I just showed you. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, just drop me an email at admin@jagfx.com and I'll send you one. All right, New Zealand USD. Ooh. Took a buy, 2 buys. All right. One must have been in here. All right. I'll show you. The first one would have been on that candle there. So it would have been around open in there somewhere. So that would have been 666, yep, 14. So that's where I took my first one. You can read it up there. Nil stop, MA tight and flat. So I took one in there. Second buy, you can read it there. That's this one here. So you can see where I took it on that level there. Then 4th of June, that first buy was closed, and I've closed 0.20, 2/3 of that second buy closed. And I've set my stop at 65587. So my stop's the red. If you see a red dotted line, that's my stop. Basically, I took the second buy, price went up into those MAs, which to me, when the MAs are heading down, it's normally a turning point. That could be strong resistance, and it was opposite JAGfx RD. So that's why I closed out those trades as I did. Now it looks like this will come down and probably take my stop out if it keeps on heading down. You can see the MACD is just about to turn over. So this will be either a very small overall profit or break even overall. It won't be a loss because I made sure of that. So that's a New Zealand USD. Pound Aussie. Nice double bottom here in a buy this morning. You can see my notes here, double bottom support, MACD's a nice distance below the zero level, nice curving up. Here's your little green QMP filter dots, a bit hard to see, but it's just above that. And taking the buy, we're in slight profit here, so price is basically, see price came down to the 240 LMA here, that's the grey one. Went up, come back down, just sort of skirted around it, and it's hopefully pushing back up again. Bit flat though with the pound pairs. Aussie CAD in nothing. Now that was a half decent sell signal there, and I didn't take it. And the reason why I didn't take it was there was no bearish JAGfx ID. It just, to me, I just like to see that JAGfx ID. It's one of my filters. It's not absolutely necessary. Price has gone up to the MAs nicely. The MAs are starting to head down and spread. Remember, that's the 50 EMA, 100 EMA, and 240 LMA. They're just my preferences. You can use any ones you want, but it's best to use 3, so it gives you an idea. You can clearly see the trend and when they're spreading, separating, and stacked, as I say. So that's the Aussie CAD. You might have got a few pips because you would have been in on the open up here, and you could safely go down towards that sort of previous low. But this is a concern, this little area here. As you can see, it's there now. So this is how I draw up my charts, just as I'm going through them. I probably should have already done this morning. But you see that's sort of a support level there, possible support level. And you look at this down here and you go, oh, there's a low there. And this thing's not even close to being the MACD. So now I'm thinking, that's not support level, that's possibly setting up for divergence if that goes lower. So, you know, then I might change that to lime green because it's looking to go long. And if this drops down, then I'll probably just shoot this down and change that to lime green. You see what I mean? I'm sort of thinking ahead a bit. So that's Aussie CAD, nothing going at the moment. USD CAD, sort of kicking myself and not, why do I keep on doing that? Kicking myself for not taking this sell here. The thing that threw me a bit, and I think I discussed it in the Facebook group, is price was right on those MAs. You can see the MAs are slowly grinding up. It's an unusual sort of straight pattern, that parallel sort of thing, but there's good divergence there. I marked it on the chart, bearish divergence, price going higher, so it's regular, MACD going lower. And not only is the price coming into the MAs, which is something I don't like to trade into, especially that close, but also the MACD platinum was below the zero level, which is not a problem with divergence, as long as one end of it is in the correct position, which it is in this case. I'm sort of kicking myself I didn't take that trade. I did actually trade it in my private trading. I just looked at that signal and dropped down the 4-hour charts and set up an E8 to take sells. And I made a few pips out of it, but I wish I'd called it in the daily, on my daily charts, but no big deal. Now we've got bullish JAGfx ID. Price has just broken through the 240, and we've got bullish divergence forming. It's actually hidden because the MACD is going down, price is going up. When I say going up, it's got higher lows, whereas here, close something on my other charts. Damn. All right, so now I'm looking for a possible buy here. It could happen. These lines are just a guide at the moment. I can move them around, adjust them accordingly every day, just so I can keep an eye. It just gives me a visual. So that's the USD CAD. I'm in nothing, so I'm not losing anything, which is a good thing. Euro, New Zealand dollar. I'm in a buy here. You can see hidden bullish divergence. There's the green going up. Higher lows on price, lower lows on the MACD platinum. You can see the trend lines I draw. There's bullish JAGfx ID in there. MAs are starting to cross, possibly to the upside. Took the buy. Tomorrow might look like start protecting this. I think I discussed this with someone today in the Facebook group. Asked me why I haven't put a stop there, or am I going to put a stop? And it's at this previous high now, but the thing was sort of still in a strong, that's a big candle up, and the MACD Platinum still a good distance below the zero level. You can see the little blue dotted line starting to head there quickly. So tomorrow I might just give this another day and see how we go, and I might look at closing half, putting the stop just below this low here, locking in a profit, or at least put myself in a no loss position. But it's a good little trade, that one. That's the Euro New Zealand. Let's have a look at the CAD Swiss. This is one of my hedge trades, which is good example. I'll try to show different ways of trade management. I like this one. So I took a buy back here. You can read my notes. You can just pause the video and read my notes if you can't understand me. Stand by. I've just got to pause the video. Door knock. Yeah, sorry. Just had to quickly duck to the door. Now, yeah, I took the buy here and without a stop, and the MACD Platinum remained below the zero level. So remember, if the MACD Platinum's below the zero level, I'm looking to buy. So then I had this sell signal here, so I took a hedge sell. So that was for 0.1. The hedge sells for 0.1. So then I'll do my little spreadsheet up. Then there's a new buy signal a couple of days ago, or last week. And so I take that second buy at 0.30. Now, I put all those figures in the spreadsheet, which you would have seen, which I normally attach to the chart when I post the screenshot, and it gives me an overall break even. Normally I mark that overall break even with a dashed yellow line. So in this case, overall break even is at 75147. So if price gets up to there, which is not that far away, I could close all three trades and get close to an overall break-even result. Remember, you've got to take in overnight interest or swap fees into consideration. But the plan is, what I did before, is say, for example, if price, say, tonight shot up right through that yellow line and went up here somewhere, just say, I could look at closing that original buy, that hedge sell, and a part of this second buy, then placing the stop in place. So you can get a little bit creative with trade management. So you can see the MACD Platinum still below the zero level. This thing's in a sideways, so look at that high there, highs, double top, and a double bottom. So that's the CAD Swiss, looking like we're recovering slowly. Now here's one of my problem trades. I blew this one. All right. Here's one I do a little bit different. Like I said, I like to show you different ways. So in a buy back here, took a second buy on a trend line break. So the trend line at that time would have been probably, I'm thinking across something like that. So it would have been across these highs here. So broke there, I took a second buy. So then I would have had a break even sort of in this area here. Didn't quite get there, dropped down. There's a sell signal. I didn't take it because I'm already in two buys, so I wasn't worried about the hedge. Came all the way down here, another buy signal, took it. So I'm in one buy, two buy, three buy. Read them here. 1, 2, 3, all different. Now price is manded up. Here's my overall break even, this yellow dotted line. Price poked through it, didn't close above it, which means I probably didn't catch it. But my dumbness, I should have set an alert or something, because the MACD is already through the zero level. So then I'll say I'm start looking for sells. Now, I probably could have 2 days there in a row, or possibly even 3 days, I could have got out at that overall break even. I didn't, because when I check it in the morning, it was close, but wasn't close enough for my liking. And since then, we've had another sell signal, and we're heading down badly. So I'm losing big time on this. But the good thing is I've still got bullish JAGfx RD. There hasn't been any bearish JAGfx RD as yet, so we've got bullish again. There's a possibility this might come down to be a double bottom. It may hold, it may just drop like a brick. That sell signal, I wouldn't take it because of that JAGfx RD. So I'm not even going to consider hedging because I'm going to try and just buy my way out of this pair. But I've put myself in a tough position because I've missed that area there. And now I've got to be a bit patient and just wait for another setup to the long side, take a fourth buy trade, which will bring that overall break even down and hopefully punch up through it. But I might suffer a bit because this might roll over before turning up, sort of thing. So a mistake by me just because I didn't set an alert, which I should have probably. And you'll see another one of these coming up. Right, pound yen in a buy here. There's a lot of jibber jabbering outside. I've got all the doors closed, but it must be tourists or something in the street. So we've got regular bullish divergence. You can see price is just coming down and the MACD's going up. We're a long way from the MAs. It is a higher risk trade because you can see the MAs are spreading, so the trend is down. But basically because we're so far below the MAs, I like to think I can take a price back up into the MAs. And you can see it's a sort of a support area too. If you look left where I've drawn the blue line, price has come down. I'm going to go open the door in a minute and start yelling. I love Asians, but geez, when the women start talking loud, they talk loud. All right, so we've got a buy in here and we're going all right. The MACD's closing up to the zero level, but it's going all right. We've just got to give it time. Aussie Swiss took a buy here. There's a good sort of support level across here, as you can see on the mark there, but now it looks like it's going to be broken. And we've got a sell signal here, which is not a valid sell signal, and I did not take the hedge. I'm going to try, this is what I call a slow moving pair, and because it looks like the MACD is going to roll over and stay below the zero level, I'm quite happy to try and take a second buy when it presents and push up and take that. So if I could have taken a sell hedge there to give myself some downside protection, but I've decided against it, so I'm just going to take the buy when it presents. So that's Aussie Swiss. Oh, Euro Swiss, it's going right. Now Euro Swiss, here I am. I'm going to sell back here. You can read my notes. I've closed half and my stop's down at this red dotted line for that sell. Took a buy. Good support level. I think I must have drawn up further left or something, that one. Yeah, look at that. See, support, close there, definitely there, sort of held there. So that's a big support level on that. So Euro Swiss. So it took a buy. There was also regular bullish divergence there. MACD long way below the zero level. Price long way below those MAs. And now the buy's going right. So we're in a partial hedge. But that's the buys in profit, the sells in profit. So that's what you want. It's good. I know you can't do that in every jurisdiction, but here we go. See the old MT5 crap. Swiss Japanese yen took a sell, and I did take the hedge because I had a buy. It went down a little bit, but not far enough. Took a buy there, which is a buy hedge. You can read my notes. So now waiting on a new sell. So at the moment, I've locked in a loss between there and there, the red line, the blue line. That's a loss locked in. Can't lose anything except for interest rate, overnight interest rate. Now looking for a new sell signal to bring it down with a 0.3. All right. Just go through, where are we? Euro yen, I think we're in a buy here, yes. So took a buy here, regular bullish divergence. You can see all my notes on the chart, you can see my lines. It gets a bit monotonous, doesn't it? There's your signal there. It's a high risk trade. Trading into those MAs. If it hits those MAs tomorrow sometime, as the MACD is already through the zero level, I will probably look at closing half, bringing a stop, probably below that low there on the remaining half, so it locks in at least a bit of profit and gives the trade a little bit of wiggle room. It might just take off to the moon, and at least I'll have half on. But you can consider these MAs a bit of a sticking point. Not all the time, but just, and the MACD's through the zero level. USD Japanese yen in a buy, took the hedge sell, really tight sort of loss, locking in there. Been patiently waiting for a buy signal. You can see my grey vertical line. I've had a green dot on the MACD below the zero level for a couple of days now. Tomorrow, I'm thinking if I just put the QQE on the chart, put that on blue. Where is it? Should change it so it's all blue. See how close this is to crossing. And yeah, tomorrow, if everything remains the same, there's going to be a new, that will be a confirmed cross on the QQE, which means there'll be a buy signal on the QMP filter. And because I'm already committed to a basket, I'm going to buy, hedge sell. I'll take a buy for 0.3, and my overall break even will be up, not very far away at all, because that's all very tight. So that should happen tomorrow if the USD yen doesn't drop. So looking good there. Euro USD, my least favourite pair. I know everyone loves it. It's tough to trade for me anyway. I don't know, it just does my head in. But you can see nothing happening at the moment. Got probably a double bottom there. Couldn't take a buy. It's just bearish JAGfx RD. Just makes life hard to trade sometimes. I know probably 3/4 of the world trades it, pardon me, but not me. Aussie New Zealand's been a bit of a dog recently. Hard to get a read on it. You can see the MAs are tightening up, and you've got this real ugly sort of pattern around here. Even the MACD Platinum's starting to do my head in a bit. It's, but you know, we might set up for a buy. If a buy sticks its head up tomorrow, I might be tempted to take it. Yeah, it's not. There is divergence forming. You know, this all has to be confirmed, obviously, but it's been an ugly pair to trade. Look, this is from the start of the year. That was that spike in the very first trading day. Ground slowly down, had a good move up, and just gone sideways since then. Euro pound in a sell here, in a little bit of pain. Didn't have a stop in place. Going to work my way out of it. Still getting divergence, regular bearish divergence. Price is still going up, MACD still going down. Something has to give somewhere. And that's what I'm relying on. I could start looking at drawing trend lines across here. If that sell dot signal holds, I might not get a hedge. This might just keep on going up, may roll over and remain a sell signal. So that's when I'll start looking at drawing a trend line across, say, might be across these lows here, as example. So if price goes up there and comes down, breaks that trend line, I might look at taking a second trade. But the MACD says it's heading down, but in the meantime, it's still heading up against me. So it's not the end of the world in that one, but it's just not looking that good. Euro Aussie, took a buy here. It's a bit of a nothing trade. It's been going a bit sideways. Wasn't the best setup, and I think I said that in the Facebook group. MACD is just a little bit below the zero level. Price didn't really come back to the MAs. The MAs are sort of, look at this, look at how flat and tight that's been since the start of the year there. It's just been super flat, and they're just starting to spread now. Then I got this bearish JAGfx RD, so I closed half, put a tight stop in that red dotted line. You can read my notes there. So it's winning, but it's not going to make me a millionaire. Pound CAD. Bought here initially. There's a support level there, you can see. The MAs are starting to tighten up. There was, so it was basically based on that double bottom, that support level. Took the buy, didn't really go anywhere, now it's dropped away. I don't like risking too much with the pound pairs, so I took the hedge sell this morning. Now there's the possibility of regular bullish divergence forming. So just a matter of waiting and see. So at the moment I've locked in a loss between that blue line and that red line. So now looking to buy. Hopefully it'll sort of roll over a bit under the MACD, under the zero level, then head up and go up like that. So then I'll probably clean out those trades. That's the plan anyway. CAD yen in a buy here. 11th of June, that's today. Closed half. The reason I closed half today, high risk traded to start with, and prices at the MAs. So closed half, put a stop in there. You can read my notes. And the MACD's through the zero level. So a good little trade, made a few pips there, and locked in, can't lose anything. USD Swiss franc. Took a buy up here, which I wasn't super impressed with, but I took it. It was a valid signal. MAs were up at the time, price come back to them, took them, and it just fell over. Come down a bit, then I thought, yeah, here we go, starting to go up. I was getting excited, I was drawing a trend line, waiting for a break of the trend line. Never had a convincing break, so I didn't take a second buy, which in hindsight was a good thing. Got a sell signal here, so I took that Hedge, thinking this is just dropping like a rock. Now you could probably make an argument that it's now at a sort of a support sort of level, I guess. If you, and the MACD is still a long way below the zero level, so eventually this MACD will turn up towards the zero level. As I always say, it always meanders around that zero line. So I'll be looking to take a second buy and get rid of some of that ugliness on the chart at the moment. It's probably, there's already a blue dot forming there. And we can go to the old QQE again and just have a quick look, see where we're at. Let's see if it's going to just leave the same colours. Yeah, look, those two lines are getting close. If it pops up at 20 or 30 pips tonight before the new candle, that might be a confirmed close, or I might have to wait a day or so. But yeah, put up there, delete indicator. That's a USD Swiss franc. Where am I at? Actually getting close. It's probably getting a bit boring for everyone now, but you can always speed it up. And pound Swiss in a sell back here. It was a good sell. High risk trade, took it down. Already closed half. You can read my notes. There's my stop now in place there. We're getting bullish divergence there. You see prices heading down, MACD's heading up. So regular bullish divergence is forming. We've already had a green or blue dot on the MACD platinum a long time ago back here, but still haven't had the QMP filter dot, because that means the QQE advance hasn't crossed yet. So if that crosses, I will take the buy. That's super extended. That's come a long way down. It's a long way below the MAs. So I'll take the buy there and I'll bring this stop down tighter. So at least I'll have a partial hedge when I do take that buy. So it's looking pretty good. Good to see a good winning trade every now and then. Aussie, I took a sell this morning. Took a sell this morning. Prices come back into the MAs, downward trend, hidden bearish divergence. You can see that higher on the MACD here, lower on price. So normally that means trend continuation. So if you're looking at bringing it down to this previous low, then maybe locking in some profit. That's if that happens. MACD's a long way above the zero level, so if it turned against me now, I wouldn't be too stressed about it. I'd be happy to take the hedge and try and work my way out of it. So that's Aussie sell. Pound New Zealand, took a sell back here. I've already closed half. See my notes. Took another buy this morning. Nice support level here. MACD's a fair distance below the zero level. That's going well. I've got a stop on my half my sell, so I've got a partial hedge. So yeah, it's looking pretty good, that Pound New Zealand. Then you move to New Zealand Swiss and things don't look so good. Took a buy here, good, not a bad support level there. Yeah, it's a pretty slow moving pair, high risk trade, because they were, as I said, the MAs were tightish and a little bit ugly there when I took the trade, and maybe turning down, and that they are. So I did consider taking a second buy here on this trend line break, but I thought it would be at the same level, so I took the initial one, so I wasn't going to worry about it, which now is proving to be a smart decision. And it's dropping down. I'll see what happens, and I'll look for it. Take a second buy trade. May even take a hedge sell if that presents. Then work out, because that'll lock in a pretty small loss, and it'll be easy to work out. That's New Zealand Swiss pound USD. Took a buy back here. Didn't really take off. Now we got that bearish JAGfx RD. Closed half. Put a stop in. Good support level on that buy. Higher risk trade. MA's starting to turn down. Had regular bullish divergence, but now it's going sideways. Not really sure what it's doing, so better just to reduce my risk and possibly look for a sell. It'd be nice if it popped up further, or the MA's come close to the price. New Zealand yen, nothing doing here. Thought there was a support level there, but it didn't hold. You could maybe consider moving it, but really it's just a spike down, so not really sure what's happening here. It's not very exciting. Gold, I think I took a sell this morning. Big double top up here. That's good. I like this. MACD's a long way above the zero level. Long way. You know, if you just look left, it's pretty high. So I took the sell there. It's going all right so far. So I'm trying to aim down to those MAs if that's the case. And let's go to the last problem child. My other problem child. The NZ CAD was the first one. This is the second one, but this one's probably a little bit prettier. And again, I probably stuffed up. It's a bit messy to chart to read, but bear with me. I took a buy, took a hedge sell, took a second buy, took a second hedge sell, took a third buy, took a third hedge sell, took a fourth buy. So we're up to here. My overall break even was this yellow dotted line, and look what happened. Price eventually found its way up there and spiked through it. I should have set an alert. I didn't. I missed it. Kicking myself now. I could have been out of all these trades. A small overall loss probably with swap fees, but yeah, I could have been out. It just didn't go through and give me a chance on when I checked the daily charts, but my fault for not setting an alert. Now we've had this bearish signal today, a sell signal, which I took, but I've called it a fourth hedge sell, which is that this morning. So now I'm fully hedged again. You can read my notes. I've got hidden bearish divergence now. I've already had bearish JAGfx RD. You can see the hidden bearish divergence. So it started off as a buy sequence. This may reverse to a sell sequence. It could. I'm not sure how it's going to pan out, but at the moment I'm locking in a loss with all these trades. Probably the good thing is probably saved me a little bit. These trades are all fairly close. They're in a tight sort of range. That one's probably a bit of an outlier, but generally they're pretty tight. So it's just a matter of being patient now, but the swap fees are pretty big on one side and not so big on the other, so yeah, usual story. So that's one I'm going to have to work my way out of. But it's getting a bit messy, a bit ugly. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, where price goes. We'll just have to wait and see, because I could reverse my thinking on this pair. But if I got bullish JAGfx RD tomorrow, then I'm back on the upside. So just a matter of waiting. So that's about it for the charts. It's probably a pretty long, drawn-out, boring video, and it's probably gone for about 30 minutes or so. It's been a while since I've done one. I've got to do more of them, at least once a week or something, just to show you where I'm at. So hopefully that's given you a bit of an idea how I think and how I look at the charts. And as I said, if you like these videos, guys, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, or at least hit the like button. No big deal. You don't. It just spreads the word, I guess. It's not as if you make any money or anything from them. So yeah, and like I said, welcome to all the new members, and also thanks to the members that are still hanging around. Feel free to post trade setups, ask questions, etc. Have a look through those folders in the Facebook group. And Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow when I post my trade setups. Have a good day all. Cheers.